And just like that, you guys heard it, the breakdown of how everything is unfolding here. It's getting very interesting as Stretch is looking to claw his way back up. There's a reason he's at the top of this food chain. He was looking to pull a nostalgic Benji this morning. I saw him do the same thing with the crash pad. He almost pulled off a crazy clip there with the crash pad on height.
He almost did, but Keox is back at Caddy and has one Caddy again. That is going to be massive. That is one of the biggest stories unfolding in competitive Fortnite right now. When you get the Caddy launcher, your chance to win the game. This is Kid's mythic shockwave launcher, sorry, as well, for any casuals at home. It gives you such a better chance to win the game, but can you get it consistently? Can you walk out of Caddy corners consistently enough where the games that you win or do well because of it is enough to outbalance the games where you go down early? But Keox now has it in the first 2 games. He has it a second time round 2. But as you see on the screen, Clix is now in a fight at his home, Pleasant Park, trying to find his way through, and he does. Takes down Abo. A very, very clean fight from Clix. You expect nothing less from one of the best box fighters in the world.
Yeah, Clix is so clean with it, especially when he battles here in his hometown. You can just feel the confidence surging out of his playstyle here. Hexy has to be super careful because Miro will lay down the beams and jump into that box, and that's what he's going to do here, letting the headshot, body shot follow up, and Hexy forced onto defense now. Crash Pad's coming in offensively from the skybox. Hold up, he's trying to set up for the big push now.
Yeah, this player's got some confidence to just crash pad through the sky like that. It's a risky play, especially with charged shotguns in the game. You're kind of leaving yourself with an open target in the sky, but no, gets in, and there it is, Miro. It's your mate Miro, who has been playing so well aggressively over the last couple days. He's now double qualified, but can't find it on Hex, as Hex now hits him with the emote. That's the back-to-back emotes we've now seen in the last 2 eliminations.
Regardless, though, on the other side, we have Trent's man pushing through. He's actually going to sneak through that build right there. Oh, for a second, I thought he was going to catch him fully off guard, but the aggression, right? Backing this player down into a corner, and yeah, there's nowhere you can run. I'm sorry, Divine. You've been around for a while, but this is Trent Man's house now, and he's looking to play on full aggressively, but wait a second. Now having to crash pad his way backwards here. Late for Cease gameplay. It's taken early game fights, and he's on the hunt right now, so you can tell the confidence is completely oozing out of him right now, as he is standing strong in the top 10 here. Hold up, though. He's going to go through the box, and yes, taking one from the book of Mr. Savage. He cuts right through and cuts right down that opponent. He's trying to see if he's going to find something. Oh, no, not Nico. Don't do him like this. He jumps out with the SMG and the shotgun follow-up, but the punish was there. And Nico, just better, just quicker, wins the engagement with the cleaner shots.
Who we talked about earlier, courtesy of Prodigy Analytics, dropping massive eliminations in semifinals, and looks like he's going to try and do so here in finals too.
Just a touch of that Booga point before I jump into Ketsui here. Remember, Booga's taking a book out of Arkram's drop spot. I'm pretty sure he's playing for dead side rotate, so you might be curious why he's up there. Yeah, remember, he's done some studying here, so I am excited to see what's going to happen. But hold up, Ketsui says, timeout, focuses on me, guys. Show me some love here. He's going to find someone in the bush right now. It's going to be a free pickup for him, and he's going to be able to grab all of the goods off of that player.
Yeah, 2 more people to go down until placement does go out. 146 above Storm Surge. Clix picks up elimination too as Zervo, so it is clearing out a little bit now, so maybe not as much of a concern, but this is a pretty far. Oh, another player to go down here. Ketsui just finding the freebies at the moment. Just good positioning, good awareness, just taking those shots, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He's just kind of feeling it out, taking some shots at the opponents, and he's getting rewarded for it so far.
Another red light halt. Let's see if Will can actually capitalize. He's continuing to pursue the fight here. And there it is. He's got him on the back wall. It's not his cone, though. The edit comes in. It's too predictable. Prian falls to the charge shot.
That was risky. Lee Will came up to the wall ready with the crash pad out to go in, and so he had a chance to get bopped there, but he does close this fight out, and he upgrades that green charge shotgun for the legendary charge shotgun. That's a very big upgrade.
I do agree with you there. More shots, though, are being traded out right now, as Stretch here has to make quite an interesting rotate right now. It's looking like he has to cut inside, and oh boy, it's gonna be onto passive. That's gonna be a nice one. 2 elims already, and just the catacomb that he had to rebuild. That's gonna be at least 150 to about 200 to restructure up. So just showing you how quickly your material count can get chipped away if unfortunate circumstances come. But hold up, is this Clix that he's found? And yes, it is. Just catching him off guard, opening the edit. Clix walked into the wrong base here. And now Trap Kill finds another one onto Hypnos. Oh my gosh, he thought he was going to get some free loot. Not today, sir. And this is going to be the story of many that do come up and start firing away, though. Daxter lighting up the feed here, taking out Mandatory. Sprite is here trying to get situated. Sprite's going to find secure down on the low ground. It's going to be a great refresher for him, but the Storm's pressuring him in. He gets ticked one time. That's a great exchange. A free point, a free refresh, all in exchange for 5 HP to the Storm. I think he'll take that deal again any time of the week.
I think that was just above top 50 as well. So that player falling so short of that top 50 placement. It's only 1 point, but when we saw yesterday, there was sometimes only 1 point splitting 8 players around that qualifying spot. So it is very important to get every single point you can. That is why the point format has shifted towards this earlier placement thresholds as well, to make sure that if you play consistently, you are being rewarded for it. But where it really pays to play consistently is that top 10. After top 10, you are gaining a placement point for every player that goes down in the lobby, which is massive. As you see in the end games, players can start to drop very fast when those zones close out.
Players that are gonna have to make a big rotate, those on the outer edges. You can see everyone's trying to crash pad their way inwards now. On the other side, I see COD Genesis there. Rehan, Serbs. Okay, the launch pad's gonna come down. It's gonna be a little bit of a community usage from the 5 that are on the back half. So the northern portion all get the free rotate all the way inside. Yes, they get to float on in. Serbs, though, in the middle of a dangerous situation as the fresh builds are just starting to couple on in. He only has a charge shotgun of gray rarity. This is the most common that you can find it. He's putting it to use, though. Shield crack here from the opponent down below. Can he get the conversion? 33 on it, and the AR follow-up. And that's going to be Box. Box falls again. Another white tag for Serbs, though. Be careful now. He does have to reload here. Trying to get it together now. He's got that blue upgrade, and oh my gosh. Plague walks in and eats another shot from Serbs. There, I see Jamper still in the game as well. A lot of big names in the running here. Stretch, though, is going to fall to Little Will, and I think Aiden falls as well there. So 2 notable players already being taken out.
We have Acorn, we have Tabs picking up eliminations in the feed. Tabs, a player that's been doing incredibly well in trios, struggling a little bit in solos. He's still been doing very well, but he's been breaking around that name. He's just kind of got to break it into that really tier 1. And we see Noki gets in the box and takes down Pose. We saw this yesterday a lot with Khanada, with so much vertical rotation to get in. Everyone's going up high. They're falling somewhere, and they're falling into boxes. They're falling on top of players. So Noki now making his way back through here. 5 crash pads, 4 floppers. We haven't seen floppers being as strong as they were in previous seasons, but they are still incredibly strong in these end games. An instant 50 health when it comes to sitting in zone and kind of having that buffer if you get caught behind is massive, as Khanada, who I was just talking about, trying to have another big game after a very rough game 1.
The only difference with the floppers now is that you just have a lot of options, right? So not seeing it as often because of how much of the good things you can pick up. Chug splashes, crash pads, peppers, all of the which you have options of. We're seeing, though, Khanada here is trying to make the best of his situation. Chug splash is already gone. Looking like he's running low on resource as well. Using enemy builds now, trying to recycle what he can here. He needs this frag. He needs this one. He sets the ramp boost up. He goes right into the box. Crash pad's going to come out. That player hits the big exit. He's going to follow on through before landing on someone up top. And it's a full-on cone control onto Coop. And that's going to be a massive frag for him now. Free flopper, free height, and material to go with it. And look at the loadout. Now he's completely maxed out.
That was a stylish one. Cooper's gonna be very upset about that. That was stylish. Hits the crash pad, hits the heavy charge shot, and then boxes him like a fish for the finish off. Noki's down here though as well. Got the fish in the back pocket. Hasn't had to use them. Maybe he'll have to now as he's used almost all his mobility with those crash pads. But you have to think Khanada, who, like we said, came top 5 yesterday, had a rough game 1. He's got to be able to close this out with that shockwave launcher.
And Naki there is going to catch Nico on the rotate as well. And just looking at the feed, it looks like Khanada's having a day in the park right now. He's going to find trap killed as well. So absolutely taking the most advantage of his high ground positioning. On the other side, though, Naki has to make the best of this low ground. Yes, the edit is his. And he finds a big shot here onto Stretch. And just like that, he's out too. 4 elims for Naki. RPG in hand. This is a win condition if I've ever seen it for a low ground player, considering he has 4 floppers as well. This is the most likely of a low ground kit that you can have to possibly take away the win. I wonder if Naki can do something big here, or at the very least, break his way into top 3 for as much placement as possible.
Khanada on the high ground, though, it's really reinforced, but it's going back to all these old builds, or it did for a good section there. So you had that lull where it slowed down a little. We see Booger on the low ground going toe-to-toe with someone. Khanada back in this, though. Does Booger fall? He does. Booger goes down, unfortunately. Texter's down there with Class. We have Noki, Ronnie Boy, Simple, Trentman, and Khanada on top of his castle, and he is sending people out into the zone. A one-way ticket to what is normally almost definitely elimination. Trying to close it out now. Trentman, no, comes back in. Trentman finds his way back into the zone. Khanada still just firing these rockets focus down on everyone else. Ronnie Boy needs to try and hold out. He doesn't. It's a 1v1 just like that. Simple, and Ronnie Boy drops so quickly. Noki here has jumped into 20 plus points. Khanada on 15. Can he close this one out? They both have fish in the inventory though, so it could go to a heal off. Khanada drops down. He's in the water. It makes the build so much more awkward. The player is out in zone. He gets shockwaved out there. Noki, the fish are not enough, and the Caddy launcher in the hands of Khanada is enough to close it out.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to place as high as possible. Right now, VSB Stowe, first place, 7 eliminations, 24 points. Right behind him, though, Keox. And you can see he's got that Victory Royale that's pulling him right behind him.